Welcome, welcome back. I am Zoe Flowers. Let's get into this reading for Aquarius season. All right. So today's the first day of Aquarius season, and it's also a Monday, January 19th. So that's interesting because we also have the moon here. We'll get to that. Oh shit. And we have Saturn here. Okay. Um, wow. And we have Venus here. So we have all the chart rulers present. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let me get comfortable. We have all the chart rulers here. So we have Chiron in reverse, all right? So Chiron is the wounded healer. It is that primal wound. Uh, This is that primal wounding. It is a generational, it's looked at as a generational asteroid. Okay. It is that thing that is hard to get over. It's kind of like the wound that we cannot scratch. It's sometimes looked at as the wounded healer, right? It's that thing that's always gnawing. Now, here's the thing. Right now, Chiron is in Aries until next year. Aries is associated with the first house. All right. So you can look on your birth chart and see where your personal Chiron is. But for right now, I feel like this is really going to impact people who have Chiron in Aries. All right. This healing being upside down. A lot of Gen Xers have Chiron in Aries. And when we're talking about Aries, we're talking about the body, but we're also talking about identity. We're talking about identity crisis here. And so, what I'm feeling like for the month of Aquarius or for the Aquarius season is this attempt to heal or bring into balance, I think is the more appropriate term, the identity, to integrate a new identity. Because there was a primal wound here to the self, to self-worth, to how we see ourselves. And that wounding has impacted second house issues. So we have first house, we got second house. Second house is associated with what we own, what we value. It's associated with the planet Venus as sort of the house ruler. So this wounding of the identity, right, is impacting the finances, the second house things. We're starting off Aquarius season feeling a little shaky. Take heart, Jupiter is saying. I also want to go back because I did just look at this and see Venus was here. Venus was also in reverse. Again, Venus is the chart ruler of the second house. There's something about this primal wounding, our personal identity, how we feel. Because for me, the second house is like how we feel about what we value, what we own, and what owns us. And perhaps that is distorted because the Venus, the planet this is also distorted. So the self-image is distorted, and so that's affecting relationships and finances. Perhaps this is something that we have been pondering because we also have Saturn here. Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius, so that's what I consider to be the ruler of Aquarius is Saturn, the planet of limitation, but also the planet of truth, and it's in reverse. So maybe there's been, and I feel like we're going to see this on a global scale as well. Um, because Aquarius is also has to do with humanitarianism and things like that. I feel like we're going to see that on the personal scale. I feel like this reading is personal and uh global. So, because we are all a mirror of each other, we are all a part of the collective consciousness. They're saying whether we like it or not. Aquarius season is asking us all to, and this Chiron in Aries is asking us all to look deeply into where our identities may have been fractured and where we have had a sense of what we own. Do we feel like we deserve anything? Do we feel like on a deep level we deserve love? Perhaps this is why we see people acting out so violently on a global scale. But Saturn is also the planet of karma. I'm going to put Saturn here for a minute and go back to, and then we'll just give a shout out to the moon because today is Monday. So it's like all of the planets and the luminaries that are important to this reading are showing up, which I feel is very powerful. What is the true soul mission? Oh, what a perfect question for Aquarius season. Because Aquariuses do be setting themselves apart, right? They do be setting themselves apart. And they do try to live in their truth. Now, it can come off kind of controlling and things like that sometimes, and I feel like that has to do with that Saturn influence. What is your soul here to do? And I'm hearing like no if, ands, or buts about it. Spirit, can you give me? Okay, girl. hmm what do you have to say about Jupiter? Okay. What do you have to say about the moon? Okay. Interesting. No idea what any of this means. All right, so we talked about seeing things on a global scale, this truth. Damn, okay, well, I mean, we've been in exposing season, but there are some years that are more exposing season than the others. And we are in that energy. Because the other thing about Saturn, Saturn will try you. I mean, I remember when Saturn was like was in the finances part of my chart, like whew, baby, Saturn was grinding me out for a long time. Okay. But what happens is if you learn your lessons and you do the things, you will be rewarded. Saturn will reward you. However, right now, we're going to see a lot of scandaloso with this Saturn. All right. We're going to see a lot of people being toppled off of their thrones. Is this in the public eye? We got maybe. Is this in the private sector? We got yes. I was just thinking, is this like CEOs? We got yes. It's interesting. Is this something that, since we have the stars here, is this something? Sorry, I got something in my eye. Isn't that interesting? I'm talking about scandals and I got something in my eye all of a sudden. Huh. Oof. Um, oof, my goodness. Wow. Okay. Um, oof, I feel it. I feel it. It feels like this irritation is what these CEOs, these emperors, these captains of industry are going to be feeling. Now, the question was, is this something that the guides are orchestrating? And I got maybe. So that feels like a no. Is this is this a Saturn thing? Is this just like a karmic thing? No. Mm, mm. What I thought was, is this the energy that we have been putting out? We, meaning the collective consciousness. And I got yes. We didn't see this one. We saw this and we saw this. Okay, this one first. So this is part of the energy of the everyday people. Yes. Not the guides, not the ancestors. No, this is the work of everyday people bringing down royalty, kings of captains of industry, things like that. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is also about us stepping into our own power and understanding that we have everything we need. This is taking a turn. So we're the ones bringing about the exposing and the changing. Now, the other question I had was, is this starting in Aquarius season? Yeah, yes. Okay, fine. So I feel that back to Jupiter, back to a sense of abundance. We need to be resourceful and flexible. Now, it's interesting that because this is juggling resources and we have the second house finances in reverse. So we need to be flexible and resourceful. Is this with our spending? Yes. And look, dollar sign, I mean, coins, right? So we need to be more resourceful with how we spend our money in the world at this time. Okay? Because we want to make sure, am I right? Yes. 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 Okay, this is a very impulsive night. This can be a very irresponsible page. So we want to make sure that we are not spending money to hide how we feel inside. Okay. And back to our soul and the moon on this Monday, which corresponds to the moon. Monday is named after. We have emotional stability. It's interesting because we have cups here, right? And the cups are associated with the water signs. Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, Pisces, and the other water sign, Cancer, Pisces. God, I always forget one. Scorpio. Okay. So following our soul, following our core is the key to happiness and stability, emotional stability specifically. And one of the things we know in astrology is that our moon sign often has the final say because the moon is our secret dreams, our secret desires. There's a lot of secret things here in this reading for Aquarius season. This moon card, the Saturn card. There's just a lot of things happening. Spirit is saying percolating in the month of Aquarius. And we will see the things that were percolating in Aquarius, we'll see in like September or so. Last message, which I think is perfect for Aquarius season. Step out of your comfort zone. Okay. You might also want to see where your North Node placement is in your birth chart. So your moon sign, your North Node, your Chiron, see where that is. Venus also showed up. Where's Venus, right? Just where's Saturn? Some of these planets, the luminaries that showed up in this reading, see where they are in your chart. And it may give you a hint as to how this reading is going to hit on that. Because some of y'all might see your CEOs being walked out the door. Okay? Step out your comfort zone. Is there anything else? Yeah, we'll do a goddess. Goddess guidance for Aquarius season. Did they not make me work for this reading? My goodness. I had to work for this reading, honey. If you made it this far, hmm. What should we put in the chat? I don't know. I'm not sure if you made it this far. I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe this goddess will tell us. Oh, okay. Put a heart in the chat. Interesting. This head was peeking out every time I would look over. This card was peeking out from the middle of the deck for change. So this is going to be just continued change. Okay. Aquarius season is going to have a lot of change in it. And so the guidance here is from Aphrodite. So we want to bring as much love to the situation as possible. Because how we get Aphrodite and Venus in the same reading? So this is also super, super interesting, right? Because these goddesses represent the same thing. One is just Greek and the other one is Roman, but they mean the same thing. So there's also something, holy shit. And we have Amaterasu, and she's also about beauty in Asian culture. So the one message from Oya and people who watch this who maybe work with Oya, maybe working with Oya to help deal with the winds of change. Work with Oya specifically for people who do, right? To help them, to help us deal with these changes with a sense of beauty, seeing beauty in everything. For everybody else, it's the same message. It's just not working with the deity. Okay. For people who work with Oya, y'all know what to do that. For everybody else, this is a month to approach everything with love. Again, you may need to cross cultures to do whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, to get to the beauty, to the love that you're trying to accomplish. Oh, you may have to step out of your comfort zone. And that means working with people from different walks of life. We got Greece, we got Rome, and we got Asia. And you might be doing that over the internet because it's Aquarius season, and Aquarius corresponds to the internet. That's it. Period. Put a heart in the chat if you made it this far. I'm Zoe Flowers. I'll see you soon. Bye. We did it. Oh my gosh, we interpreted these cards.